Welcome to Redhawks Weekly. I'm Adam Shelvin. Today I'm joined in studio by Redhawks pitcher Davis Feldman. Davis, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here, and a lot to talk to. Let's kind of just jump right into it. So you guys just wrapped up Game 51 yesterday. You're riding a two-game heater. You're 2 games out of first place, just over that halfway point of the 100-game season. So how do you feel about where you're at and where the ball club's at this juncture?
51 games in, I think we're in a good spot. We're second place behind Sioux Falls. We've been kind of bouncing back and forth with them first place all year. But we've been kind of banged up all year. Brookshaw was out for a little bit with a hamstring. DT's obviously down right now. Izzy leaves, comes back. We get Drew Ward. I think we've had 4 catchers this year so far. So, we've been kind of bouncing around with injuries and moving parts. But with all that, still in second place, still in a good spot. I think All-Star break coming up, and then second half of the season, get everybody back and rolling. And I think, we're kind of just getting started, but we're in a really good spot right now.
Do you feel like it's good timing for the All-Star break, kind of going off that?
Yeah, especially right now, I think we have 18 straight games and then the All-Star break coming up. So, guys are starting to get a little banged up halfway through a long season. All-Star break is obviously a great time to kind of reset and, get everybody healthy. But, we're always rolling. We go into every game thinking we're going to win and, just going to keep things, try to keep things going.
I got a curveball for you.
I like it.
You got a Detroit Lions hat. Before we started, we were talking a little bit of NFL, and I know that there's just so many Vikings fans in this area, and there's a great opportunity to upset them with a Bears fan and a Lions fan. Let's rank our NFC North standings predictions at the end of the season.
Lions first, for sure.
I hate to agree, but I do.
Super Bowl aspirations, Super Bowl or bust this year, for sure.
Super close to making it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Last year,
up 17 at halftime in the
unbelievable.
NFC Championship game.
Credit to the 49ers for sure.
For sure.
But
we lost that game. They didn't win it. We lost it.
Yeah, the Lions had them on the ropes and then, some questionable calls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we would have played the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs week 1 last year.
Yeah.
So
both teams got better since then.
For sure.
Both teams.
Yep.
It's not like you guys stayed where you were and the Chiefs got better. Like, that really would have been, a better Super Bowl,
for sure.
I say.
Even though the Super Bowl went to overtime. But yes.
Yeah, true.
Great.
True.
But
true. Maybe not better, but
but yes, Lions first place. I think we win probably 13 or 14 games this year, easily. If Jordan Love plays well, I think the Packers are coming second.
Okay.
They started to play well at the end of the year.
Yeah, Jordan Love, he looks really good.
Yeah.
Does that cause you pain as someone who watched Favre and Rodgers?
For sure. I wish the Packers would just be bad for just a couple years.
Just for once,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
It's been tough.
It has been tough. But they're young, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully they get better. But I think the Packers probably coming second. Which rookie quarterback's going to play better, JJ or Caleb?
Well, they're saying that they might go Sam Darnold. And that's interesting.
I'll go Bears third.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to upset the Vikings fans in the area, and I think they're going to, maybe have a reset year this year.
Okay. It's going to take some time. They got
sure.
JJ locked up.
And
that's important.
JJ McCarthy's a Michigan man. I watched him every weekend, being from Michigan. He's a great quarterback, but, he's a rookie quarterback, so it's going to take some time.
I feel like the popular knock has been the arm strength.
Yeah. I think he throws the ball well. I think he has trouble with touch.
Okay, interesting.
He throws the ball hard a lot, all the time. So, and he had a great run game. The only thing in his favor is they played they played a pro style at Michigan.
Okay.
A lot of running the ball, good offensive line, defense. Jim Harbaugh's kind of crazy like that, and I think he's going to bring that to the Chargers. But I think that helps JJ coming into the NFL with already a pro style offense under his belt.
That's a good point. It'll also be interesting to see their running game got a lot better with Aaron Jones, and so I think that could be something to keep an eye on as far as like how they evolve, because O'Connell's been so pass heavy.
Yep.
But that's interesting to hear that from someone who's had a close eye on McCarthy. I was all watching the NDSU Bison last year, so I couldn't tell you a lick about the Michigan Wolverines. I'm going Lions, hate to say it, Lions at the top. I think, upwards of 12 wins is pretty realistic. I think they're going to be
The minimum.
one of the best teams in the NFL, not just the best team in the NFC North. Then I got the Bears, but I think it's really close, like Bears-Packers. I think that's kind of interchangeable. I just think that the Bears put so much around Caleb Williams, and I think that DeAndre Swift is a great, versatile running back to add.
Former Lion.
There you go. There you go. And now he's actually healthy,
Yeah.
because he wasn't staying healthy with you
No.
guys. That was the issue.
That
The
was-
talent
yeah,
wasn't the issue.
Big knock on him, yeah.
Yeah. And so if he stays healthy, but even if not, they got some depth there. Bears defense is really good. Packers still going to be really good. I just hope they fall off a little bit. We'll see.
That'd be nice.
I think the Vikings, it stinks because, like, Kirk Cousins low-key kind of played himself.
Yeah.
He signs for all that money in Atlanta. They're like, no, don't
Yeah.
worry about it. We're not going to draft a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
What did they do?
And the draft was in Detroit. I was there when when Atlanta picked Michael Penix.
Oh,
The reaction in the crowd was pretty crazy. A lot of what the heck's, a lot of what's going on. So it was funny.
oh my goodness. All right, we got to get back to the baseball. One thing, kind of taking a deep dive into the stats this morning, the Redhawks pitching staff has been elite. Only allowing 28 home runs. Now, the next best mark in the league is 36. Second best team ERA at 2.48. So what have you guys been doing well, and in particular to kind of limit the long ball?
I don't know how to prevent the long ball. I think we just have a bunch of really good pitchers on our team that know how to pitch and have good enough stuff to keep the ball in the ballpark. There's a lot of talk about Winnipeg being the best starting rotation, and a couple of us starters on our team had a little talk about it that we want to go out there and prove that we're the best rotation in the league. So. I don't know what it is to prevent the long ball, but I think we just have, good enough arms, and each guy has good enough stuff to, keep the ball in the ballpark, and especially ground balls and kind of weak contact. So I don't know. I wish I could give you an answer about that, but I think it's just, guys knowing how to pitch, knowing, what works, and to go attack hitters and just keep the ball in the ballpark.
Chalkboard material?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, love that. Love that. The great Kevin McGovern down in Mexico. A little Kenny Powers-esque storyline for the vet. But no, I'm sure he's a much more upstanding human being than Kenny Powers. But no, he's down there in Mexico. He's playing well. He was a really important member of the pitching staff, but also a coach. And, you're 26 now. You came in when you were 23. He's been around there forever. Were there any big lessons that he taught you, or perhaps the rest of the staff, that have helped lead to your guys' success now that he's gone?
I think just, him being in this league for a long time, and, having the wins record, strikeout record, you kind of watch what he did and learn how, to go about watch how he went about his business and kind of learn from that, just because he was such a vet guy. Had obviously a lot of success in this league. So, you kind of just keep an eye on him, see how he works, see how he does things, see how he attacks hitters, pick his brain about, how to read a guy's swing, how to pitch this guy, because he knew every guy in this league like the back of his hand.
Okay.
So, just going up to him and be like, hey, how would you throw this guy? How would you pitch this guy? Did you see this guy swing? Would you throw him this pitch in that situation? Stuff like that. So, just the knowledge and stuff he had in this league especially, and all the success he had, you kind of just wanted to replicate that. And I think that's kind of just passed down through the whole pitching staff, because, we still have some guys on the team that played with him. Then the guys that didn't play with him, that's where I come into play, or, do board. Someone that's been here for, 4 or 5 years now is just, trying to show these guys, how to go about their business and how professional pitchers kind of, go into their work day in and day out.
And it seems like, would you consider yourself one of those kind of veteran leaders? I know you mentioned do board now, but you're a kind of a veteran in this league now, and definitely a veteran in the locker room.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that. I don't like to think of myself like that. I like to still think I'm the young guy that, came in here in 2021 when I was fresh out of college. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm a little older now, 4th year in this league. So, I like to take on that leadership role. vocally maybe not as much, but especially with the way I work and the way I play, I think guys kind of play behind me because I like to. I'm one of the more passionate pitchers, I would say. I like to show emotion, so I think the guys kind of get riled up to play behind me, and just try to compete with, especially the guys on our team, Grauer, Colton Davis, Orlando's been awesome all year. So we have a little competition between us, just competing against each other. So we push each other, and the work will show. If you put in the work, the results will come.
And you got Pilot on the hill tonight.
Yep, KP's been awesome all year in the bullpen and starting. He just goes out there and competes every night, whether I said out of the bullpen or starting. He goes out there and grinds. Every guy in our rotation and in the bullpen just grinds every day. It's been fun to be with these guys, and like I said, we got a good spot right now, but we're not finished yet.
Absolutely, long way to go. One thing I want to talk to you about is player movement. I feel like you have probably some unique perspective on this because you went up into the Blue Jays organization last year. Right now, the big name is Ismael Alcantara, who briefly left. Now he's back. Smacks one to the moon yesterday, and he smoked it, man.
He enjoyed it too. It was fun.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's got to feel good coming back and be able to blast one like that.
Yeah, he's just the man. He is on the field and in the clubhouse. His play speaks for itself. He's arguably the best player in this league this year. Probably shouldn't be here. He's amazing. He's one of the most pure 5-tool players I've ever been around. He can do it all. Hit for power, hit for contact, run. Obviously, he leads the league in bags.
Yeah, I mean, he could have taken the rest of the year off and still.
Yeah, and he has a cannon from the outfield. Plays a good defense. So, he is an amazing 5-tool player. But he's probably even better off the field and in the clubhouse. He's the guy that brings the juice and energy every single day. He's full of positivity, full of energy, super funny, and just a great dude. So, after losing a couple staples from the Redhawks this year, Leo and Manny and Silviano, those guys, to have a guy like Izzy come in to kind of replace that has been second to none. It's been amazing. That's
great to hear. Now, how do you guys kind of navigate that? And I'm going to make this a two-pronger. So part one of the prong here is, how does the team navigate that? Because it feels like, obviously, you want players to do well, but you look at what happened with Izzy going down to Mexico, and similar to what happened with Dylan Thomas, who eventually, of course, came back last year. But it's like you want to play well, but next thing you know, somebody's getting pulled up to the big leagues or somewhere else.
Yeah, it's just part of the business. That's the business side, and that's where kind of, as players, that's kind of over our head. So we just have to, that's trust Coast and trust the GM and everybody that brings players in that, when someone leaves, it's just next man up mentality. And that's what the Redhawks have done in the past. That's why we've been so successful. We've had guys leave every year, and, we're still at the top of the league every single year. So it's just part of the business. Obviously, you want guys to play well and get picked up and continue to chase their dreams. It is sad when guys leave. When Izzy left 2 weeks ago, it was like, dang, this sucks kind of.
Yeah.
But it's just part of the business, and obviously we're happy for everyone that leaves, and because they're chasing their dream and continuing to chase their dream. So it's just part of the business, to be honest.
Now, talking about part of the business, me and you were in similar situations. Not that I'm a professional baseball player, but sometimes you got to travel for work. Sometimes you got to find a new home. And I just know from experience, having lived in a few different states for a few different jobs, much like you, that it can be challenging. Mm-hmm. And so tell me a little bit about the baseball lifestyle. I know you've had a few stops since you graduated from Eastern Michigan.
Yep. So first I started at Eastern Michigan. I was there for 6 years. Had Tommy John surgery my junior year. So I was out junior and senior year. Came back healthy for my 5th year. COVID shut down the season after 10 games or whatever it was. So go back for a 6th year. So didn't expect my college career to go like that at all. But then, out of college, I come to Fargo in 21, thinking I had a pretty good college season that last year and thinking I was in a good spot. And then I come here, was here for a month, get released. And it was kind of a big wake-up call, maybe I'm not as good as I thought, or I got a lot of stuff to work on. Go to Lexington Legends. in the Atlantic League. Was there for maybe another 3 weeks a month. Get released from there too. So my first 3 months in pro ball, I got released twice. So that's a big kind of wake up call. Look in the mirror, like, if you want to do this, you got to work at it. And it was a big season in 22 coming up for me. So I put my head down, went to work that off season. Coach called me and came back in 22. Obviously had a decent year. We won the championship, and the rest is kind of history. But yeah, the baseball lifestyle is crazy. When I played in Lexington, I was sleeping in the locker room on the couch, just absolute grinder. You know what I mean? Like doing anything I could to kind of just make my way in this profession.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of life on the road, a lot of hotels, a lot of long bus rides. But that's when the team kind of comes together is, those bus trips, and you got nothing to do but talk to each other and play games and hang out with each other. So it's not for the weak, the baseball lifestyle,
Sure.
for sure. Like I'm only home 6 months out of the year. A lot of traveling. You're missing a lot of, family parties, Michigan summers right now on the lake.
Sure.
You're missing a lot of stuff, but it's my childhood dream. I'm still chasing it, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else right now.
Now, as far as the lake goes, they still got to have a pretty good 4th of July, it sounds like, with some of their teammates.
Yeah, we had 4th of July off for the first time, and I think actually we had it off in 22 maybe, but it's one of the only times in my baseball career I've had 4th of July off. So yeah, it was nice to get some of the guys together and just hang out at the lake and, have a one off day before we had 20 games in a row before the All-Star break. So it was nice to just relax a little bit.
Talking about the bus rides, who's got the best jokes? Who's the funniest guy on the team?
Ooh, the captain, Sam Dexter, is sneaky funny.
Okay.
Not even sneaky. He's hilarious.
It's like a dry sense of humor?
Yeah, super dry sense of humor. But everyone's got their own little taste in the joke box, I guess. Dylan Thomas really funny. Kona Quiggle, like I said earlier, Izzy's funny. Drew Ward's got his dad jokes, obviously. But yeah, everyone's got their own little jokes that take part on the bus. But I would say Dexter for sure is my favorite.
Okay. Me and Dexter. I hope to have him on one of these days.
You should. He would be a great interview. He is awesome.
I love jokes.
He is awesome.
Okay, that sounds fun. I'm going to have to see what we can do. Just a couple more questions for you. So right now, 2.48 ERA. That's among the top of the league. You got 6 wins so far, and so far on pace for a pretty good win percentage as well. What's going into the good year for you?
I think I just came into this year, obviously getting released from the Blue Jays org in spring training. Added a little fire under the belt. I worked really hard to get to that position, and now that I'm back, obviously I love being here. I want to win a championship here, but obviously the goal long term would be to try and get back into an MLB organization. But I'm just I think I'm just in a really good spot pitching wise right now. When I came here in 2021, right out of college, I don't think I was really a pitcher. I think I was kind of just throwing the ball over the plate and seeing what happened. And I think I've really matured here as a person and as a player, whether that's from helping out with Coast or Gov, like we talked about earlier, or even just the other pitchers on the team. I kind of just learn and grow, and just, to be honest, just self-confidence and trusting my stuff. I feel like this year I'm actually trying to pitch instead of just like throw the ball as hard as I can. So yeah, I'm just trying to get weak contact and trusting my stuff. Throwing 5 pitches for strikes is obviously a big thing for me. If I can throw strikes and throw multiple pitches for strikes, I'm gonna have success. But having maybe the best independent ball outfield with Evan and Kona and Izzy, like all 3 of those guys could be playing center field in affiliate ball right now. So having a great outfield behind me, and then obviously Dexter and Brookshaw up the middle. CJ Valdez has been amazing for us at third, and then we have Marcus Chu now over at first, who's been great for us since he's come. Then DT and Wardy. Great defense behind me. Obviously, I can't do it all alone, but just trusting my stuff and kind of going in there knowing that hitting's hard, not giving those guys too much credit, and just trusting myself, throwing the ball over the plate and letting the defense make a play.
Last question I got for you, and it sounds like you might have a good answer for it too based on our conversation, but what advice would you give to young pitchers, not just coming into this league, but maybe just coming out of college and looking to pursue that baseball life?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes indie ball gets a bad rep. When I came here in 21, my eyes were open tremendously to the amount of talent and the competitiveness level of this league. But just coming in here and I think some guys get starstruck a little bit, especially these young guys. You're playing against some former major league guys that you watched on TV, a lot of guys that, have AA, AAA experience. And they're professional hitters. It's a lot different than some of these colleges these guys went to. And, it's just coming in here and just thinking it's still same game. The mound is still 60 feet, 6 inches. Home plate to first base is still 90 feet. It's the same game. 3 strikes is a strikeout. So, just trying to calm them down, especially when they first get here. And just, they're here for a reason. And, not letting the moment get too big, but just trusting in their ability and knowing that we do have good defense behind us and everyone's on their side. But, it takes time. Like I said before, when I came here in 21, my eyes were open big time. And, I had to learn, put the work in and learn, how to pitch. Because even if you throw 100, if it's in the zone, guys can still hit it. So you got to learn how to pitch, locate your pitches, have movement on your pitches, and just trust your ability. And it takes time, when you're young, you're naive, you're, new to everything, and you just have to, put in the work. Once you're comfortable and you have more knowledge and stuff, that's when the success starts to come. But yeah, it's just, trust your stuff. You're here for a reason. And just have fun. The guys on the team are amazing. The culture here in Fargo is the best. Every new guy that comes to Fargo from another team, it's this is unbelievable. Not every indie ball team is like Fargo. So it's a special place to be, and we got a good group of guys around. So just leaning on those guys and just trusting your ability and having fun. It's a good time up here.
Some good advice. And that's Davis Feldman. Davis, you guys got Sioux City coming up next. We got a 7:02 first pitch tonight. We got Pilot on the hill. Thoughts on the series before I let you go?
Come out to the park. It's going to be a good one.
Free hats tonight.
Free hats, and I think I saw it's BOGO hot dogs.
Free hats, BOGO hot dogs. You're living the dream.
Who doesn't want 2 glizzies for the price of 1?
Yeah, and a free hat. Are you kidding me?
Elite.
Yeah.
Elite stuff at the ballpark.
It's a good Monday night.
So come out to Newman. It'll be a good series. No fireworks on the field, but we'll see. Come out to the field.
Yeah, maybe Izzy's got a few fireworks.
There we
if
go.
You know what I mean?
There we go.
Thanks for joining me, man.
No problem.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
And happy to have you. That's all we got for now on Redhawks Weekly. We will catch you next time.